Welcome. Today, we're diving into the wild world of experiments and charts, and why doing experiments alone is like ordering a pizza and forgetting toppings.
Right. And let's be clear, we're talking about design of experiments, or DOE, but more importantly, why DOE needs a wingman called SPC, Statistical Process Control, to keep your process out of the chaos zone.
And we've pulled insights from a bunch of documents covering process control, calibration mishaps, sampling roulette, and even the occasional rubber ruler. It's all about giving engineers, uh, you lot, some practical, slightly cheeky wisdom on keeping things predictable.
So we're not just piling on more charts for your next meeting. We'll show why SPC is essentially your process's best friend, spotting those assignable causes DOE just can't handle, and helping you laugh at calibration rituals.
By the end, you should be able to spot chaos, dodge it, and maybe even improve your process instead of torturing your data. Sound good? Let's kick off with DOE. Experiments are great. They point out relationships and narrow down variables, but they can't study every last thing that goes on in your process, right?
Exactly. DOE is like that movie detective chasing the obvious suspects. While the real troublemakers sneak by, there's always some variable lurking in the background, causing chaos when you least expect it.
That's where SBC comes in. It doesn't need the perfect villain list, it's always watching. You put your process behavior chart up, and every weird change, every assignable cause, boom, it gets flagged.
So, while DOE asks, is it safe if we let the chicken cross the road? SPC answers, wait, why did the chicken break dance halfway? You catch all those unpredictable moves and weird causes.
And the beauty of SBC is, it doesn't take sides. If your process is suddenly producing rubber ducks instead of steel bolts, immediately, no need to hunt through your DOE notes for answers.
That's so true. You get alarm bells, not a long email explaining why you're still off target. And those assignable causes, they don't wait for permission, they just bring mayhem.
People always say, my data needs to be normal, right? Or should I use log transforms because, statistics? Nope. Turns out SBC charts work with messy data. Normality is just a myth for excitable statisticians.
Besides, tweaking your measurement system every morning because the lab supervisor says so, that's just asking for extra variation. Your consistency chart doesn't show a problem. Recalibrating is basically a recipe for confusion.
Right, like the story of the Kentucky lab director, adjusting every day just because, well, it was in the manual. The competitors stopped recalibrating randomly, started trusting their consistency chart, and presto, the whole plant ran smoother.
Makes you wonder how many times we've fixed things that weren't broken, huh?
And while we're on the subject of fixing stuff, ever heard of acceptance sampling? That's the casino of process control. You basically take a sample and hope Lady Luck brings you good parts.
Yep, like picking donuts from the top of the box and pretending they represent the whole batch. Real process knowledge means tracking what's going on, not just rolling dice.
You want to improve the process? Look at Tokai Rika, the cigar lighter example. They used SPC charts every day, only bothered when there was a signal, fixed stuff fast, even improved parts when there wasn't a crisis.
Yeah, world-class quality with minimal drama, no endless calibration Olympics, just a smart chart and some common sense.
Instrument mismatch is a classic. If your ruler's off, use mean moving ranges to see which device is acting drunk. All these documents agree. Calibrating out of tradition is way overrated.
So true, and it's not about perfection. It's about knowing when your process changes and acting accordingly. That's actually more fun than obsessing over decimal points.
So, let's ask, would you rather know exactly when things go off the rails, or wait for someone to tell you weeks later that the bolts are out of spec? SBC throws the party when something happens, not after.
I'll take the party every time. Control charts, not good luck charms.
Bottom line, DOE is great, but SBC is your daily bodyguard. Together, you get reliable results, fewer fixes, and better improvement. Toss out meaningless rituals and actually listen to the story your process is telling.
Agreed. Process behavior charts, some honest attention, and a sprinkle of humor. Now that's how you keep things on track. Thanks for tuning in.